YouTube, what is going on? It's your guy, man. NEXX Next Level, man. I'm back again with another video on the heels of another amazing podcast, man. Big shout out to the Badger Report. Everybody who, checked this out live last night up early into the early morning, man. It was definitely an experience, man. If you guys didn't check it out, man, I will leave a card right here. Oh, sorry. It should be up here. You guys can click on that and check it out. I'll leave an end card for you guys to check out. But man, following that amazing podcast that we did, and big shout out to everybody who tuned in live and was able to check it out. But right after the podcast was over, which was very interesting, because there's no such thing as coincidences, right? Everything happens for a reason. I got a call from a guy that I just met while I was doing some work in the community, and he called me up and he was like, Max, let's go to church today. And now, guys, mind you, you're looking at a guy who suffered through severe sleep deprivation my whole life. Okay, you're looking at a guy who has easily, stayed up for consecutive days, 1, 2, sometimes 3 days up, writing, recording music, just moving along, doing whatever I was doing. But I say that to say this, when he called here where I am, we ended the podcast. I don't know, man. It had to be like around 7:30 maybe. I don't know. I mean, right as the stream ended, my phone rang and it was him. So he's like, "Yeah, man, let's go to church. Do you want to go to church?" And I'm like, "Okay." I haven't been to church since the last time I had a video. I think it was maybe in March. I went to church, but I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm all about it because, I want to go to churches and I want to talk to, who's ever in charge, preachers, pastors, elders. Like, I want to talk to them and, to just share my experience with them, and to also bring awareness to what is happening to us in every, TI worldwide. That is my thing. That's one of the things that I am very passionate about, talking to the elders and the pastors about it, the preachers, seeing if they are aware that this is a real thing, and actually praying with them, getting a word from them and asking them to bring this to the congregation so that we can all collectively come together and pray against this and do what we can to help others that are in need. Okay, so that was my intention when he said, "Man, can you want to go to church?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll definitely go to church, man." And at that point, when we're done with the stream, I can't speak for anybody else, but my energy is on peak after stream, and I'm still hype and I'm excited, and so I said, yeah, cool. So I got ready for church, and he came over and picked me up. And he's an older guy, really cool guy, humble guy, he loves the Lord, him and his wife. And I just recently met him, and I tried to explain to him, he's not really aware of, the targeted individual community, or about TIs, gang stalking, or any of this, which a lot of people aren't in society. They are not even aware that this is a real thing. But I tried to tell them, like, yeah, I did my podcast all night, and I haven't gotten any sleep. And when I first told him, when I first met him, I let him know that I have issues with my sleep, and that I'm going through some things, and I tried to really explain it. But yeah, man, things started out with Bible study at I think it was like, man, maybe 9 o'clock. Bible study started. So you guys could check these clips out, and yeah, check these clips out of Bible study, and then I'll further explain what happened in the church, which was very crazy, man. Check it.
What Wavy is, and I tell you what, the testimony, back in the way they are in the woods and all that, he says to the salesman, can I baptize you? And he baptized him suit and all. You know, he,
well, let's just start before there. You know, I immediately they were serving coffee, and they had like a bunch of stuff there. They were all people I never knew who these people were. I didn't know who they were, but it was a cool vibe. I drank some coffee, loaded it up with sugar and cream, and got a little extra boost, you know, to get me through. But I don't know, right away I started feeling like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm like getting hit with sleepy frequencies, you know. And then for some reason, you know, in a church, not even just today, like consecutively, I can remember like when I was young, like going to church, and you know, when I get in there, I'm struggling, you know, to keep my head up and keep my eyes open. Like, this has been a thing with me.
And tell us lies.
Right.
But for you to say he wants to bring us higher, I mean, that lifts us up.
That's right.
It gives us a positive, you know,
right. Well, it gives you sometimes a reason for why you're going through what you're going through.
Amen.
Many times we think, oh, I'm just going through this once again. Lord, here we go around the same mountain. I'm so tired of this mountain.
Yeah.
But the key is he wants to take us through the mountain. And sometimes because we fight against what he's doing, we have to go the long way around and go around the mountain. But God promises he will take us through if we let him.
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes we're not patient enough to wait on the Lord to answer our prayers because the fact that we figure that the prayers are not being answered because it was instant. And God's time is not the same as ours. So when we think it's a long time, it's a few seconds like God.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start by reading some of our scriptures here. Gino, normally what we do is we all take a verse and read a verse.
Okay.
If you would not like to read,
no, I'll read.
So,
I'll participate. I'll read it.
We'll start at Darlene and just go around the table and everybody read a verse.
Okay.
And when we get to kind of a point where we're going to stop, I'll just let you know. But everybody at least read one verse.
All right. I'll read.
Going to that cross, walking there, getting on that cross, and doing it so we could have a life by giving you your holy name, Jesus. Amen.
And if anybody has offerings, there's the little dish. The food cupboard, please, Gino, anything here on this bread shelf or the dessert shelf and behind me, anything you'd like, please feel free to take. And the food cupboard also be open after church, after our worship upstairs. And thank you all once again. Great class.
You know, I got through Bible study, and I made it upstairs. The service started, I think, at like 10 o'clock, and I was up and I was alert, and you know, I was listening to the praise and worship, and announcements, and then the offering came. Somebody was nice and handed me some papers to fill out. They wanted me to fill out some papers and just my contact information, just so probably so we could connect. And that was the last thing I remember. Like, it was so embarrassing. Like, I don't even remember what happened at that point. I'm sitting in church and I just faded. Like, I remember like putting my head down and praying and asking the Most High to please, you know, help me stay alert and help me stay focused. But I'm like, I feel like I'm being bombarded with a sleep frequency, and it's been happening, you know, like in church it's like times 10, you know what I mean? But this has been happening to me on a daily basis, you know. As part of my targeting, you know, at times when I need to be up and alert and focused, I'm being hit with this sleep drowsy frequency. People who I've even communicated with or who I'm in communication with can attest to this. You know, 1 minute I'll be, you know, full of life and energy and talking, and then the next minute it's like, next, are you okay now? And then I'm just like, yo, and I'm just coming to, and I don't even realize what happened or what is happening or how I even slipped into that state. And I know it's not normal, it's not organic. I can feel it inside that this is not normal. This is not how, you know, this is not me, basically, you know. And it's kind of getting out of control. When I'm supposed to be up and alert, I'm getting bombarded with this drowsy, sleepy frequency. And, you know, when I'm supposed to be getting rest, I'm getting hit with an interference frequency that's keeping me up and alert, even though I'm tired and I'm drained and I'm like, I don't even know, I don't want to say miserable, but it's torture. Like, this is not, oh man, I don't even know how to explain it, you know. And it's working in double time, you know, and I'm not getting any rest. And then when I do get a chance to lay down and get some sleep, like, I don't even feel like I'm resting. You know, it just feels like I'm laying there with my eyes shut, and I wake up with more tiredness, drowsy, groggy feeling than before I went to sleep. Like, this is torture. It really is. And I've been going through this, and I kind of explained it on previous videos a little bit about this. But I had every intention on talking to, you know, the pastor, and just wanted to sit down with him and actually record our conversation and me explain to him a little bit about, you know, who I am and what I'm going through and what we are all going through, and just to see if they are aware of any of this, and actually record it, get it on tape. And, you know, it just went left. You know, I don't even recall what happened. Like, I was in the church, and next thing you know, I was out. And then I felt like people, like, you know, hey, and I would turn around and look, and nobody would be there. And then finally the service was over, but it just went by like this. After the offering, it went by like this. The service was over, and you know, this guy was trying to talk to me, and I looked so crazy. Like, I know to these people, they don't know what I'm going through, you know, but I'm in there, I could barely hold my head up. And you guys know me, right? Well, you guys, my subscribers who have been rocking with me, you guys know, get a gist of how, you know, I move and communicate. I'm in there, oh my God, like, you know, and I looked crazy. Like, I looked like I was a heroin addict or something. I could barely keep my head up. Like, I'm like nodding out, I'm like tearing up, and I'm just, you know, and I can only imagine what these people were thinking, you know. Like, I heard stuff, like, when I came to, people were like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I can only imagine what these people were thinking and saying, And all I could do was just apologize to the guy who invited me, because I felt embarrassed. You know, I felt embarrassed, and I had some kind of I don't know, I just felt like that was gonna happen before I even went, but I still went. I gave it a shot, and you know what I'm gonna do is, you know, God willing, go back and, you know, finish the mission that I started, as far as, you know, the communication with him and talking to him about what is going on. But this thing has been happening to me, guys, with this sleepy frequency. I don't know if it's happening to anybody else. Well, I know it's happening to other people. I've actually talked to people about it. But man, I mean, I'm going through a whole lot, guys, and I just want to ask for your prayers, man. And I pray for you guys all the time, and this is a real thing. It's been affecting me every day. Okay, this sleep frequency, and it's getting out of control, and man, it's like slow kill, soft torture almost. I don't even know how to describe it, man. But man, I'm gonna end it here. And if you guys did join us on the podcast, man, big shout out to you, man. We got a lot more things coming on the channel. This is something I just felt urgently about expressing, that I am going through this, and I'm going through a lot more, but I'm just gonna deal with one thing at a time, guys. And yeah, it's been going on, and it's been, you know, hindering me from, you know, getting things done and getting moving forward with my progress. But you know, I'm gonna just keep pushing. I'm gonna pray and ask the Most High for strength and wisdom to get through this. And I wish everybody a blessed day, and I'm gonna see you